In this video, we will be discussing the importance and challenges of paying attention. First, the definition of paying attention. Paying attention refers to the brain's ability to take all the stimuli around us, immediately categorize and organize information as relevant or irrelevant, and focus on the most important information. The human brain evolved to pay attention to things that were important to its survival, such as food, threats, and mates. Survival in a learning setting means paying attention to the content and skills you need to learn to be academically successful. Paying attention seems like a simple concept, but for many it can be a challenge. Why? According to researcher Amishi Jha of the University of Miami, the human brain engages in mind wandering 50% of the time it is awake. There are many distractions in the modern world, including social media, cell phones, and other electronic devices, and a multitude of other external factors. However, most distractions are internal, such as mood or random or triggered thoughts. Whether internal or external, distractions deplete attention. It should be known that at no one time does the mind maintain 100% attention, but by limiting distractions and practicing the art of paying attention, one can improve their ability to pay attention to what is important. Stress, especially chronic or ongoing stress, including a continuous demand on our attention such as a long lecture or study session, depletes our attention. Our brains evolved to be biased, in that the brain does not treat all information equally. There is a constant battle inside our brains over which information gets processed and which gets suppressed. We have already mentioned some examples of distractions and stressors that can deplete attention. More generally, what depletes attention? First is stress. Stress fuels mental time travel, both to the future and the past. This hijacks our attention from the task at hand. It should be noted, however, that like most things in life, not all stress is bad. High levels of stress can be labeled as distress, or stress that distracts from the task at hand. Lower levels of stress can be labeled as eustress, or stress that engages and enhances attention. Having no stress is a signal that whatever you are doing currently is of little or no importance. Examples from an academic setting include a lack of deadline or due date for assignments or exams. This complete lack of stress reduces our performance because we can easily put things off for later rather than having a motivating factor such as a deadline to push us to engage and act. It is important, therefore, to set personal goals that elicit eustress and active engagement but not distress from setting the bar too high, which reduces our performance. Another important factor in our ability to pay attention to a task is our mood. If one suffers from chronic depression or is simply in a poor mood on a given day, it reduces attention and performance as the brain is paying attention to our mood and not the task at hand. Conversely, when we are in a good mood, this enhances our attention and retention of information. Note, proper diet, hydration, along with adequate sleep and exercise can all help to improve and stabilize mood. Threat is a significant factor that affects our ability to pay attention. Whether real or perceived, threat makes focusing on a task very difficult, if not impossible. Our brains are hardwired to automatically direct attention to anything related to threat. This is known as our survival instinct, which in the proper context can keep you alive, but when attempting to learn and study is a massive drain on attention. It is therefore of vital importance that students and educators feel comfortable and safe in the learning environment. One common source of threat that can present in the classroom is stereotype threat. The stereotype threat includes societal preconceptions about some aspect of one's identity, including gender, age, ethnicity, size or weight, intelligence, etc. Even simple uncertainty can degrade attention. If you are experiencing stereotype threat in the classroom, it is important to speak up and work with your instructor and peers to create a more positive and safe learning environment. The following slides are intended to help you understand the attention system. We have three subsystems of attention. The first is the orienting system or flashlight system. This system is used to select information to focus on instead of taking the general overview. Think of identifying objects in a dark room with a flashlight. You only have a narrow viewing area to pay attention to. This type of attention is very important as focusing on only what is important to the learning task is vital to learning. The second attention system is the alerting system or floodlight system. In this system, we get a broader view. We know that something within what we can see is important, but we are not certain of exactly what to focus on. This is considered a state of vigilance where one is trying to discern what is important among all we can see. We are asking the question, what is it that the teacher wants us to know? The third type of attention system is the central executive system or executive functioning. We compare this system to a juggler, one who is actively engaging and paying attention to the task at hand. Our central executive system oversees our moment-to-moment actions and is aligned with what we are aiming to do. It helps us to navigate multiple demands at once and to match up our goals with our behaviors. We use the juggler to override automatic tendencies. We have free will, but we also have free won't. It is possible for our higher cognitive centers to overcome automatic or base instincts and patterns. With practice and diligence, we can train our attention system to improve its ability to focus on what we deem important. How does one go about improving attention? First, emotion plays a significant role in our ability to pay attention. The brain is built to pay close attention to emotional information. This can be used as a tool or recognized as a distraction depending upon the specific emotions and the goals of the teacher or learner. Creating an emotional connection to the information makes it easier to learn and remember. Second is familiarity. We are drawn to things we already know something about. Making connections to previous knowledge makes new learning easier. Reading and studying broadly to build your background knowledge can make future learning easier. Third is salience. We notice things that are important, prominent, or stand out. One can improve attention by recognizing what aspects of a learning task are most important. And fourth, information that is relevant to our goals is easier to focus on as it is actively helping us to reach our goals. This relates back to emotional connection and goal setting. As previously mentioned, there are two types of stress, distress and eustress. On the right side of the screen is a performance arousal curve. As you can see, too little or too much stress decreases performance, but in the middle is the optimized zone. Eustress is the feeling of excitement of upcoming challenges that are positive and healthy for us. The mix of emotions, including pride, resilience, excitement, and eagerness, fall into this zone of eustress. Mindfulness training is a powerful tool for improving attention. Researcher Amishi Jha from the University of Miami has shown that mindfulness training can significantly improve the brain's ability to sustain attention even in high-stress situations. Her research has shown that just 12 minutes a day over a 6-month period is enough to improve attention. Consider adding mindfulness practice to your list of daily habits. Here is an overview of the topics covered in this video. Our brains pay attention to what we deem important. Distractions, both internal and external, deplete our attention. One's mood and real or perceived threat affect our ability to pay attention. Distress is negative stress that depletes our attention. Eustress is a healthy level of stress that improves our attention. Long-term stress, whether distress or eustress, will deplete attention. There are three types of attention systems: the orienting or flashlight system, the alerting or floodlight system, and the central executive or juggler system. One can improve one's ability to pay attention by focusing on the emotional connection, familiarity, salience, and relevance to goals of what you were trying to learn. Daily mindfulness practice improves our ability to pay attention. We hope you have found the information in this video helpful. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. For additional details regarding the services we offer, please explore our website at www.learnercenteredtutoring.com. You can reach us via email at admin@learnercenteredtutoring.com or by phone at 231-466-0715. Book your complimentary consultation today.